All right, we're watching Lexi's breaststroke below the water, commentary by Coach Chris. And just like above water, we're just going to check it and watch it in full speed once, just so we can kind of see what's going on. Best part I see of the whole thing, that streamlined path is about as perfect as it gets. And I know it's something you work really hard on, so that's good. For your age, that is as efficient a streamlined path. We'll talk about the streamline because that I did not like as much, and we've talked about that before. So let's go into your stroke. First thing I see is the angled hands. Can you see the palms presented to the water? You got the fingertips angled up. All right, we need to make sure that we're not turning our hands that way as we finish our extension of our breaststroke, because that's putting on the brakes. I mean, basically you've changed the point, the front end of your streamline or the streamline position with your body into a wider area, a wider surface area, and that means the water is going to basically drag. So this part right here, okay, try to keep the hands a little flatter. Not necessarily palm down, but try to get the fingertips a little more pointed forward, not angled up at the surface. And that is a remnant of the dolphin dive breaststroke that we all, most people learn when they're learning their breaststroke. It's the most common way to do breaststroke when you're learning a low-level athlete, as we're learning a lower skilled athlete. As far as a younger athlete, they tend to do it that way because they're still figuring out how to coordinate everything. Now you're getting the coordination down, and we don't need those little adjustments to help us get to the surface because we're not diving that deep to begin with. So, really good press. You can see the head's down. Really good head position. Eyes are kind of down and back. That's the head position that we keep talking about that we want to see on the breaststroke. So that's really good. Okay, feet are angled downward a little bit. That's not bad, but I'd like to see them. Let's wait till you finish the kick. I'd like to see a little more elevation of the hips. As you drive down and forward, try to stay closer to the surface so you can keep the hips up a little bit higher in the water. So we're getting high, shrugging up real well. This is the part that we've really added that's good. Hands a little too tight to the body. Elbows are a little bit too far back. I think that's part of the issue. We're just holding those elbows back. And like I said, we're kind of in that prayer position, that classic position where our hands are just a little too high. Keep the hands a little lower. Keep them more in line with the elbows. You don't need to bring them up that high. Really good extension. A lot of energy on that extension. See, there's that angle. Sweeping out a little bit. Fingertips up. Putting on the brakes. Now this position's good. See how we have these hands angled? This is exactly how we want. We have those hands angled just like that to start initiating the catch. So you're doing a really good job up front in that respect. It's just that initial part at the end of the extension, right before you start to pull. Got to keep those hands flat. Don't let the palms expose themselves to the water you're hitting. Don't let the fingertips tilt up and do that stop in the name of love kind of position. Body position still, I just think the hips just a little low. Try and lean a little more forward as you press that head down to help and let the hips come up more towards the surface. Really good position, head position. That's one of the things you do really well. Nice kick. Pretty good ankle flexibility. I like how you're driving the kick. I just think if we let the hips follow through a little bit more and stay a little more elevated as we finish that kick, that'll give us a little more of that power that we're looking for. Now here, this last stroke, you see kind of how you did that dolphin dive? this last stroke into the wall, you're kind of going to do this dolphin dive thing, down and up. We got to get rid of that. Just go, keep swimming. Go straight at the wall, ramming speed. Don't change anything. Don't do this dive and sweep. Not just down. You're going to dive down. See the hands are going down now instead of out. And boom, there's the brakes. All that great speed we had under the flags, the last stroke we lost it. Head is up. We're looking at the wall, which we don't want to do. We're dolphin diving at the wall, which we don't want to do. Coming up this way. All right, not setting up a fast turn because we're going to have to change directions. Right now, because we're rising up at the wall, our energy is going to want to go this way out of the water. If you fall down on the wall, you're going to go down underwater with your energy, so it's going to assist you. See how you rise up? This one's probably higher than the above water one we saw. But you're going to come up just a little too high, and the reason for that is that you're coming up at the wall. So really solid push off. Mechanics of the turn are really good. I like it. It just got to go straight at the wall. Don't do that dolphin dive. Okay, now the streamline path is great. We talk about this streamline though. You can see the daylight on your arms. Okay, you need to actually get the head a little bit more back against the arms, the back of the head, and squeeze that head a little bit tighter. Because you like to swim with the space between your head and your ears and the arms. And right behind your ears on that part of your head, you want to squeeze that as hard as you can with your biceps to kind of keep everything nice and tight. So the head position just a little too low. You're the only person I'll ever say that to because I don't see this very often. But your head position, you're just keeping it a little too low. The arms aren't anchored to the head. The head's not really in the pocket. The head's kind of in its own little spot here. So get the head pressed back against the arms, the inside of that bicep. First dolphin kick, we're on the rise. A+. Still rising. Nice push through. I'd like you to get the hands a little bit tighter on top of the thighs, but still keeping the head down. Absolutely no head movement on that. A+. Sweep. Kick. No head movement right there to the breakout. So pull out. A+. That's the pull out that I like to see. Watching a stroke, this angle, you can still see some of the stuff we talked about. You know, and we made a lot of progress in this stroke, Lexi. Just a few of the things we continue to talk about and continue to work on. Make sure we extend. Don't have the palms open. Don't have the fingertips up on that extension. You know, make sure that you're keeping them even. You know, front of the stroke is very, very important for our top end speed. But overall, I like a lot of the stuff you've done. We just got to keep working these things. Your timing will get better. Your kick will get better as we strengthen the timing of the body. Just really, as far as the recovery, just concerned a little bit with the alignment still in that prayer position. And as you push your hands forward, I don't like that palm up. Try to keep the hands a little bit more palm down as we extend. Okay, that'll get you a little bit more natural position, and when we get tired, our breaststroke won't break down so much because our arms aren't in that unnatural position. But I really like a lot of the progress we've made, so let's keep it up. You're doing a great job. I'll see you at practice.